Ferguson, Missouri is back in the news again. Talking Points correspondent Caroline Strange is here to tell us why. Caroline, good evening.
Good evening, Max.
So is there any statement from the shooting suspect's attorney?
Yes, so 2 weeks ago there was a shooting in the middle of the week. One man shot 2 police officers. Now his attorney believes that he was just firing into the air. He didn't actually intend to hit any of the police officers. That's one of the most recent things. Now earlier this past week also, the police chief did step down on Thursday. It was his last day. He was one of several. One of the city judge was asked to leave. The city manager, 2 city police commanders were also asked to step down, as well as a court clerk. So several people have been stepping down, and now the mayor has actually been thrown into the spotlight. Some of the people are asking that he step down as well.
So going to the mayor then, are people protesting? How are people asking him to step down?
Yes, well, several people protested outside of his house already. They're upset that he's not doing enough in his job, and we actually have a short bite from one of them about what they think about this.
Yet to own up to what the city have done to the residents of Ferguson, and not only the residents of Ferguson, but the people in Missouri. They preyed upon low-class people to support the city, and I think that they owe these people, and not only them people, but they owe me as well. I'm a resident of Ferguson.
They filed a protest, an affidavit to get him removed, and they're protesting outside of his house. Now, he did actually step outside to greet them. He told his wife that that was something he was going to do if they did actually come outside. So he's ready to face this head on.
So moving back to the shooter now, he said nothing during his Monday court appearance. Should we expect anything during his next court date? When is his next court date? His next court date is actually going to be on March 31st. He's going to be there. He didn't say anything. He was pretty quiet, which is kind of inconsistent with some of the behavior he's had. He's been very involved in some of the different protests that are going on surrounding Michael Brown's original shooting last summer by Officer Darren Wilson. Now, the Department of Justice did not find him guilty of any sort of civil rights violations, and so that report that they gave out was one of the things that they were upset about. But they did find within the court system and within the police department several racist attitudes towards African Americans, specifically some shady dealings with court tickets and with parking tickets, and so that's one of the things that they're really trying to work against. An interesting statistic you told me about had to do with the housing market. Just can you explain to our audience how the housing market is tied to Ferguson?
Yes, well, the housing market, the property value of those homes has dipped significantly since that original shooting last summer. One of the businesses had rubble outside of his house, things that had been burned, and it's caused the value of his business and his property to drop by almost $500,000. Last year it would have been valued at nearly $1 million, and now it could only be valued at $300,000. So even if he did find somebody who was willing to buy that, the value is significantly decreased in this time.
Caroline, thanks so much.